nobody to decide. After the stabbing, where Adrian got stabbed through the stomach, god damn it, he is in the hospital. Well, actually, he's in like the office there where is like a hospital, and the stab wound is pretty deep. After Shima did kill the guy, they visited him and he said he's doing good, but he did get a call from them telling him that they will be continuing the Tokyo Nationals, even if and after that we'd get a scene of them sweeping. No, not really. We'd get a scene of them being all nervous because they're in the finals right now. They have to be in the finals right now. And Adrian's not with them in the finals. No one really wants to do this right now because no one on Tokyo High wants to fight them right now without Adrian on their team because they need their dynamic duo for real. Like, all they have is Akane there, and he's heard that there's one more stronger one, stronger than the guy with the barrier ability. A guy who can copy yours and make it 20 times stronger than yours already is. So when they do this, we just get a panel of them getting absolutely bodied, but with some of them kind of defeating them until they're on to the last one. They actually had a pretty good record against them, with Sarah being the final one until the final one came up. His name is Troy. Troy can copy anyone's ability and make it 20 times better. And there's only Sarah, Akane, Alex and Shima. These are the only 4 left. The reason why Emma, Remy, and all them are gone is because they were trying to deal with the barrier dude. Like, he was insane. They barely even got past him, and they defeated everyone else before, but once the barrier dude came in, they got easily swept. Like, they didn't even stand a chance. So, oh yeah, these matches are going one-on-one. Remember that. The finals are one-on-one. And they don't stand a chance. So, until then, it's only Akane left, and she says, I'll fight you to the end, and I will win this. Back in the hospital, Adrian's being discharged, whatever it is, dispatched from the hospital. He says, you can go. He says, you might want to go quickly. Your teammate is almost done losing. If your teammate loses, then your entire team loses the entire nationals. Adrian says, thank you, Doc, as he runs out of there as he puts on his uniform and runs out. Going, come on, guys. And it's on the other side of the plaza. He goes, as he's rushing at full speed. He says, will you continue Akane Ryuki against Troy Mako? She says, I would. But then a giant TV hangs from above them, and it shows all the security cameras where Adrian's running. He goes, actually, no, it doesn't. They don't see him. They don't notice it, and they say, damn it, if we had Adrian here, this would have been a big help. Troy says, come on, little Akane, try harder. She goes, shut up, as she does in other night days, he just puts his finger up and blocks. He says, I'll do it myself, and copies it, making it a black, instead of it being a red and black one, his is a black and yellow one. He goes, which absolutely obliterates her, knocking her back. Just, I can't lose, as she keeps on attacking him. Adrian is almost there. He goes, come on, hold in there, Akane, as he has his phone watching it going, screw it, I don't care how the match goes, as he puts his phone in his pocket and Blitz is doing the Naruto run going, once Akane falls on one knee, he goes, time to die, Troy says, as he's about to stab her and kill her. But then a blue light blitzes and blocks the attack. I'm kidding. That would have been amazing, but that doesn't make sense. It's harder to do, because you can't really interfere with the matches. So let's restart that up. So then she's knocked out. He says, no! the proctor says, I'll give your teammate about 5 minutes to get here. If he doesn't get here in time, then you'll lose the finals. Mr. Johnson says, yes, sir. He says, come on, Adrian, in his head. Adrian is blitzing, going, come on, make it! As the guards say, no running in here. He says, out of my way! As he blitzes to the left and knocks them all out. He goes, then everyone is counting down, saying, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As the door busts open, he goes, I'm here! As he falls to the floor, going, having tiny bits of scratches, barely any. He goes, everyone who's cheering for Tokyo High goes, woohoo! Whoa, he's finally here! He goes, I'm finally here. He says, he looks seeing all of his team beaten down. He looks seeing that this guy doesn't, he says in his head, this guy had no scratches. He's obviously way too strong. For me, but I have to go full power. I could forfeit, but that's not gonna work. I'll be hated by the entire team and have to go out and have to leave, because I'd be shamed for being a failure loser. He says, as he steps forward going, as he pulls out a sword. And so does Troy. They both clash swords. I'm gonna call this dude Arlo, the barrier dude, from Unordinary. He says, no one's really been able to match Troy and his abilities like that. No one. That Akane girl didn't even come a chance. Troy goes for a stab. As then, Adrian jumps up and spins his sword up in the air. Then when he's about to get stabbed to the stomach, it barely touches him, but then his sword comes blasting down, which slams with such precision and accuracy that it cuts, it somehow slices through Troy's blade. He goes, damn you! As he punches Adrian in the face, Adrian goes, and he's easily being beaten down by Troy because in his close combat, he's nothing close to Troy's level. Which Troy is on another level. He's on the verge of a pro swordsman. With Adrian being on nothing close to it. Adrian goes, going for a punch, which is instantly caught. Troy says, pity, you have so much potential. You're too weak to use it though. As he throws Adrian back, as Adrian rolls, going, as he hits a wall, he says, damn you! I won't lose to you! As his sword charges up blue fire, going, Troy says, so you finally used your swordsman element. As he copies his and makes it 20 times better and breaks Adrian's sword. He goes, damn it! He broke my sword. And I can't do it. I can't do it! He says, as Adrian's on the ground, almost unconscious, the proctor says, Adrian Kadoku, do you quit? Mr. Johnson says, Adrian, you can quit if you like. You don't have to go this far. The announcement dude goes, what? His coach is even telling him to quit? This is not good for Adrian Kadoku and Tokyo High. Then he says, but then Alex pipes up going, don't give up! Defeat him! Everyone is shocked to see Alex cheering him on. I mean, they're not really shocked. He says, Mr. Johnson says, Alex, what are you doing? You could get him, he could get killed. He says, and so what? Adrian would risk his life to win this match. He doesn't care what his situation is. He would never give up in this fight. Come on, Adrian! Defeat him! I so wish I had a phone right now for this music. He goes, ah! Ah! Come on! As everyone's yelling, go on the team except for the teacher. He goes, ah, screw it, I'll cheer him on. They go, go! As everyone in the stands who were voting for Tokyo High is cheering him on, he goes, everything. As all the cheers are coming to him, cheers, not tears, remember that, I'll be right back. He says, then Adrian realizes something. Something snaps in Adrian's head. Not Adrian's. Something snaps in Alex. He says, wait a minute. Adrian doesn't go by cheers. He goes by music. He says, everyone stop. He tells everyone to stop cheering. And he goes, and everyone is confused why the hell Adrian would, Alex would say that. So then, when everyone's trying to, well, actually, he says, keep on cheering. And everyone keeps on cheering him on. Alex jumps away. And then neck chops the proctor, the DJ, the guy who does the music in the fight. He neck chops him to knock him out, saying, where's that song? This song always helps him to get to be, never makes him lose. Come on. As he's spamming the button to try and find it. He's like, come on, as he's spamming the buttons. He goes, there it is. As he says, as a giant microphone loud noise I hear, Adrian, go! As he slams the button going, ah! Everyone's shocked saying, wait a minute, that kid broke in there. Then, all they hear is, cover. From his head, he realizes this is one of his favorite songs, because it's really one of my favorite songs in real life. Then the ground starts to shake. Then blue fire swirls around Adrian, turning into a tornado. Not a big tornado like a smaller one. You know, turning into a whirlwind around him. And he goes into that form that he did when he was fighting Sarah. He goes... As he gets up on his feet, having his arms like this signature anime pose when they like have one arm forward, one arm behind them, and then he has his eyes closed. As his eyes open, Also, while this music is playing, he's calculating a strategy on he's already planning 500 steps ahead. As then Adrian looks at him with a death look, going, the proctor goes, "What? He's done it! He's gone into his full power! Adrian Kadoku has gone into his full state!" Everyone in the crowd is silenced, because they don't know what the hell he just did, but he just went ultimate power. Adrian disappears, barraging Troy, going. Troy goes. As then Adrian knocks him into the sky. He goes. As he's absolutely obliterating him with little to no difficulty. He goes. Oh yeah, they also have a manager on their team that they're gonna get in the future. I'm gonna give them a manager of the team to help out. As he's going, as a teenage, about a 19-year-old boy and a 19-year-old girl. Okay, look, a 17-year-old girl and a 17-year-old boy are looking at him from the stadiums, and the girl says, "You see that too, bro, right?" He says, "Yes, sis. His energy is easily depleting. That form must take a lot out of him. He won't be able to keep this match up for long. So for a safe sake, he's not winning this match." As Adrian goes, as he's bodying, everyone's cheering on as he goes and destroys this guy. As then, he goes for a final strike from his hands, going, "Ah!" Everyone says, "Go!" But then, blood smears up his back. Like a cut in his back opens, going, and then he goes, "Ah!" It's like Goku's Ultra Instinct effect. If you knew when Goku lost against Jiren, you know technically, like his effect. He goes, "Ah!" As he falls down. He goes, as he's moving at his lifeless body. The two people who said this saying, "Wait a minute, that wasn't supposed to happen. He wasn't supposed to be like that. It was supposed to make him faint, not have having him bleed so much." But then the brother says, "Yeah, it was supposed to happen, actually." She goes, "What are you talking about?" He says, "The form's abilities are strong, of course, but he's not even close to mastering it. This is probably the third time he's used it. It doesn't matter if he's still won this or not. He's not strong enough." As he falls to the ground, as Adrian falls to the ground, then he goes, as black lightning swirls around him. It's not good lightning, it's like paralyzing lightning. As he goes to punch Troy, Troy catches it saying, "You're too weak. This was not a challenge at all." He says, "Now I'll kill all your friends." As he pulls out his blade and strikes a giant slice there, but then Adrian glows, his entire body is blue. As he appears, blocking it, going, as he pushes it away, then a tiny bit of his face is revealed and his eyes are blue, pure blue. The brother and the sister are like, oh. The brother says, "Hold on, even with that injury, he's able to stand it? He can still do it?" Adrian disappears and punches him in the gut. He goes, But then he goes full power and starts bodying Adrian even in that form. Adrian's fighting back, and then they have a giant anime battle going, clashing punches and kicks and sword strikes. But then he's kicked to the ground. Adrian's kicked to the ground, knocked out and defeated. He says, "The Tokyo Nationals." Okay, look, this isn't the Tokyo Nationals. This is the Inter-High prelims. This is the Tokyo prelims, which means this is just a test. This is the first one. There's gonna be another one soon. Which means they were 100% defeated. Nationals isn't yet. This was just like the prelims before Nationals. Adrian is taken to the hospital again, and 2 days later, he finally awakens, with the doctor telling him that form he has to master. And for that, he needs more things to do. And Adrian thinks in his head, "I know what I have to do." As he walks over, as a couple of days later when they return back to the school, he gathers names around. He thinks of three people that he wants to do it with. But then he actually wants he only wants 2 people. He thinks to himself saying, a couple of days later, he gathers Alex and Serafina and says, "Do you guys mind coming with me on a journey for us to master our powers out of school? Because then we can go on a journey around the world and have it much easier. Going around to foreign villages, learning new techniques with our abilities. Going to each temple of the master elements." Serafina and Alex say, "Oh, heck yeah!" When they're talking at night in Agent's room, they hear a knock at the door. Adrian opens it saying, "Oh, hi, Remy." Remy says, as she puts his hand on her shoulder saying, "I'm coming with you 3. He goes, okay. She goes, "Akane's probably not going to want to go with us. She wants nothing to do to you. She wants nothing to do with you. She does not want to go on your path, so we should..." Oh yeah, this is like 1 o'clock in the morning, where no one's awake besides these 3. He says, "We should get our outfit. We should go to the store first and go buy some new outfits. New clothes, new everything." He says, "Alright." Adrian smiles, saying that we need to go give them new outfit. We need to go tell our family members that we're leaving town and we're leaving the city, and also our classmates. They've already told the principal what they're gonna do, and that Remy, Serafina, and Alex are coming with them. Yes, I also know that Remy is from Unordinary and she has lightning powers. Look, I like Unordinary. It's one of my favorites. He says, "Let's go. I'm going for a second to go send our application in." Then he writes a note to everyone, a personal note to them, kind of like My Hero Academia's ending, but it's not an ending. This is far from over. Oh yeah, I'm sad. My Hero Academia has ended. The manga, I'm pretty sure, has ended. It's either that's the end of the chapter, or that's just the end of the entire war arc. Like, that's just the end of My Hero Academia in general. I'm still sad about that. Last year was Haikyuu ending, now this year it's My Hero Academia? God, man, what's gonna end next? Dragon Ball? Oh wait, Dragon Ball already ended. Dragon Ball ended in like 2019. For Dragon Ball? Oh, actually the manga's ended. The anime ended for Dragon Ball, the manga's still going. Not strong though, the Moro arc was just kind of stupid. Not gonna lie. I was not really a big fan of the Moro arc. for the fact that it was a complete repeat of the Cell arc, where it took no one could defeat him until one person, Goku, and it was all hyped up for Gohan's normal power to defeat him. But no, that didn't work. Just like, fuck, man. Like, fuck off. But whatever, we're not gonna go into Dragon Ball logic. I'm still sad about My Hero Academia's ending. Next year's probably gonna be Boruto's ending. Now back to Swordsman Academy. He writes a note to everyone. Everyone writes their notes. And then even to Mr. Johnson, because they didn't tell him. And then they leave. Going on their own adventure. Let's go to the point of Akane, since she's going to be a part of a main character now. Everyone's sitting down, and Mr. Johnson says, Mr. Johnson knew, and everyone is shocked, going, "Oh!" when they get into class. When Mr. Johnson says that Remy, Serafina, Adrian, and Alex have left the school. They're going out on a training journey to master abilities. Akane slams her hand on the desk, breaking it, saying, "Damn you, Adrian, why? Why did you have to leave just to get stronger?" He says, also, the note said that they're preparing. By the time they get back, it'll be the next Tokyo prelims. Then they'll be heading to the nationals. He says, so we better train as hard as they are, because they're going around the world. And that's it for this episode of Swordsman Academy.